Has someone's comment ever ruined your entire day? You replay their words in your mind, feeling that heat rise in your chest. A colleague's criticism, a family member's harsh tone, a friend's careless remark. But what if you could completely disarm those moments? This is the story of a man named Elias, whose life was ruled by his reactions, and the single conversation that set him free. Elias lived in a small, bustling town. He was successful, yet perpetually frustrated. If traffic was slow, he fumed. If a project was delayed, he simmered. He believed his anger was a justified response to a chaotic world. His partner Lena would often ask, "Why do you let these things live inside you rent-free?" Elias would retort, "It's not me, it's them. They need to be more considerate." He never saw that he was handing over the keys to his inner peace to everyone he met. One evening, after a particularly infuriating day at work, Elias went for a walk in a nearby park. He noticed an older man sitting perfectly still on a bench, watching a lake. His demeanor was so tranquil it was magnetic. Intrigued, Elias sat nearby. "Rough day?" the man asked without even turning his head. Startled, Elias spilled his frustrations. "It feels like the world is constantly testing me," he finished, exhausted. The man, named Arthur, finally looked at him. "And you keep taking the test," he said softly. "What if you just put the paper down?" Elias was confused. "So, I should just let people walk all over me?" Arthur smiled. "Not at all. Let me show you something." He pointed to the lake. "See how still the water is? It perfectly reflects the sky. Now watch." He tossed a small stone into the water. The surface shattered into ripples. The stone is the comment, the insult, the frustration. The ripples are your reaction. The water is never angry at the stone. Elias watched as the water gradually stilled. "But how do I stop the ripples?" he asked. "The ripples happen," Arthur explained. "You don't control the stone. But you can control how long you let the water churn. Do you fuel the waves, or do you let them settle?" For the next week, Elias practiced. When his boss sent a terse email, he felt the familiar heat. But instead of firing off a reply, he stood up and took 3 deep breaths. He imagined the ripples settling. He then wrote a calm, professional response. The tension he usually carried was lighter. The real test came at a town meeting. A neighbor publicly blamed Elias for a shared community issue. The accusation was unfair. Every muscle in his body tensed, screaming to defend himself, to shout back. But he heard Arthur's voice in his mind. "Don't take the test." Elias looked at his neighbor, took a quiet breath, and simply said, "I hear your concern. Let's find a solution after the meeting." The room fell silent. The neighbor, disarmed by the lack of conflict, just nodded. In that moment, Elias felt an incredible power. He hadn't lost. He had chosen. Your reaction is a territory only you can govern. He walked home that night with a profound sense of calm. Lena noticed immediately. "You're different," she said. Elias finally understood. "The world didn't change," he told her. "I just stopped giving it a remote control to my mood." He continued to visit Arthur. "Will it always be this easy?" Elias asked. Arthur chuckled. "It's not about easy. It's about practice. Every time you choose not to react, you build a stronger core. Soon, the storms don't shake you because you've become the anchor." Years later, people sought out Elias for advice. A young apprentice asked him, "Don't you ever get provoked?" Elias looked out at the same lake. "The provocations still come," he admitted. "But I've learned I don't have to attend every argument I'm invited to. You can't stop the wind, but you can always adjust your sails." The greatest strength isn't found in the loudest roar, but in the quietest breath. You hold the power to not be offended. You hold the choice to let the ripples settle. If this story showed you a different way, please support this channel by hitting the like button and make sure you're subscribed to Winds of Thought. There's a new story every week to help you navigate life with more clarity and less conflict.